Okay, get ready for one of the wildest, most unbelievable true stories to ever come out of World War II. Seriously, this sounds like it was made up for a movie, but I promise you, every word of it is true.
So picture it, 1942, right in the middle of the war. A unit of Polish soldiers, far from home, finds what they consider to be the absolute perfect new member for their team.
I mean, this guy was strong, totally fearless, and he fit right in with the troops. He drank with them, shared their smokes. He was just one of the guys. But there was something just a little different about him.
You ready for the catch?
He was a 500-pound Syrian brown bear. And no, that's not a nickname. I mean a literal, actual bear who would become an officially enlisted soldier.
So how in the world does a bear join the army? Well, this is the story of Corporal Wojciech. He was just an orphan cub when the soldiers of the 22nd Artillery Supply Company found him in Iran. They adopted him, but they didn't raise him like a pet. They raised him like a brother in arms.
And the name they gave him? Wojtek. You pronounce it Wojciech, and it means joyful warrior. And trust me, that name could not have been more perfect for him. He was about to live up to it in a big way.
Back at the base, Wojciech did everything with the soldiers. He ate with them, slept in their tents, wrestled with them. In his mind, he wasn't a bear living with humans. He was a soldier, just like them. And, he picked up some very human habits. He'd chug beer right from the bottle. He'd even take lit cigarettes, take a puff, and then just swallow them whole. He also figured out how to work the showers, and he usually used up all the hot water.
But things got complicated when the unit had to move. They were getting ready to ship out to Italy to join the fight, but they hit a huge wall of red tape.
See, the British Transport Command had a very strict rule. No pets or animals on the ships, period. It looked like the soldiers were going to have to leave their best friend behind.
But there was no way they were going to let that happen. So they came up with an absolutely genius plan. If Wojciech couldn't come as a pet, he would come as a soldier. They officially enlisted him, gave him a rank, a serial number, the whole shebang. And just like that, problem solved. Wojtek the pet became Private Wojtek the soldier. The British officers saw the official paperwork, and well, what could they do? They had to let him on board.
And thank goodness they did. Because it was in Italy, during the horrific Battle of Monte Cassino, that Wojciech would prove he wasn't just a mascot, he was a hero.
So the fighting was absolutely brutal. The Allied forces were trying to take this mountain fortress, but the terrain was so steep that supply trucks couldn't get through. Soldiers had to haul these incredibly heavy crates of ammo up the mountain by hand.
Wojtek watched his friends struggling, and he just stepped in to help. He started picking up the 100-pound crates of artillery shells, that's 4 times what one man could carry, and brought them up the slopes to the front lines.
And get this, he did it all while under constant enemy fire. And he never, ever dropped a single crate. He basically became a one-bear supply chain, keeping the guns firing.
After that battle, Wojtek wasn't just a soldier anymore. He was a legend. His bravery became an immortal symbol of what that unit stood for.
And in his honor, the 22nd Company did something amazing. They officially changed their unit's emblem to a picture of a bear carrying an artillery shell. That image was painted on every one of their vehicles.
When the war finally ended, Wojtek, who by then had been promoted to corporal, received an honorable discharge. He retired peacefully to the Edinburgh Zoo in Scotland.
But his story doesn't end there. His old army buddies never forgot him. They would visit him all the time, and sometimes they'd even jump the fence to wrestle with him. And they'd always toss him a few cigarettes, just like the good old days.
So, a pet, a soldier, a hero. Wojtek's story is just incredible. It really makes you think, doesn't it? About friendship, about loyalty, and about what it really means to be part of a team.